Thanks for watching this screencast about our College and Career Readiness Report. This report provides information about the students who are taking career pathway courses in our career and technical education classes and college credit-bearing courses. There are connections to the world's best workforce from the Minnesota Department of Education and Roseville's current strategic plan, which are written into both plans. This slide shows the language that the state has at the top and what Roseville area schools has at the bottom. As a reminder, we are moving towards a new strategic plan. However, career and college readiness will still be an important part of our work. This slide provides a look at the areas of our current strategic plan that align with this report. The highlighted areas have direct impacts on the enrollment and expansion of these courses. We'll start with information about our career and technical education courses, or CTE courses. This graph shows student participation in CTE courses over the past 5 years, with just the raw number of students that took at least one CTE course. We see a trend of more student enrollment from Hispanic, Black, and white students from the previous year. And we also see some slight decreases in our Asian and multiracial student enrollment in CTE courses. Over the 5-year period, we continue to see enrollment growth among our Hispanic and multiracial students. We find that many students take both CTE and AP or college credit-bearing courses to diversify their learning. This slide shows the representation of students at RAS and students enrolled in the career technical education courses at RAS. The chart on the left is the 2021-2022 student enrollment by race and ethnicity for all students at RAS. The chart on the right shows the 2021-2022 student enrollment in CTE courses. You can see by these pie charts that they show we have nearly identical course representation for all student groups by race and ethnicity. This slide provides another view of the slide that we just looked at, but showing the 5-year trend for our student groups. It is looking at the representation of the students in our RAS population compared to the students enrolled in CTE courses. A proportionate amount or representation balance is considered to be a 1.0. Above 1.0 means a student group is overrepresented, and below 1.0 means a student group is underrepresented. As you can see, last year was very representative in our CTE courses by race, with most groups at a 1.0 representation. This slide provides a look at some of the work that students are doing at FAS in the area of career and technical education. Students at FAS participate in on-the-job training, AVID, and advisory to help make sure they are on track for their credits needed to graduate. These pictures show some students and staff in action. We even had one student that is now working at Mbetu Techa as their on-the-job training credits in our cafeteria and with our pre-K students. FAS also provides students with field trips, guest speakers, assistance with college applications, and the ability to take the AccuPlacer test, a skills placement test for college on site. FAS courses provide opportunities to students to learn and practice skills that will help them to be successful post-high school. These are more pictures of our students at FAS putting their skills to work. A few to point out is the picture in the top center. FAS now has the equipment to offer pottery for their students with pottery wheels and a kiln. Another picture to note is the top right picture of students singing to one of our community members in the cafeteria for his birthday. Bryn McConnell is the career navigator at Roseville Area High School. In that position, Ms. McConnell works on this list of bulleted items: a monthly newsletter, partnering and connecting with our special ed, English learners, work experience, connections, and AVIDS classes. She visits CTE classes as well, highlighting some non-4-year degree college options. She makes connections and partnerships with area businesses and industry leaders, and also works on the Youth Skills Training Grant to support the growth of our manufacturing and engineering pathway. Bryn has also set up and continues to work on the Youth Skills Training Grant, which provided students in Roseville the opportunity to have a summer internship at BIX, which is located in Little Canada. This slide highlights our building partnerships. Our partnerships that we provide us with academic year options. Students can earn while they learn in on-the-job training or OJT opportunities. We have job mentorships, where businesses send employees to our location to mentor students in the classroom. Job shadowing, where students get the opportunity to shadow employees and learn the ins and outs of the job. And internships, usually in summer, that businesses provide our students with paid on-the-job experiences. The return on investment that our students get is exposure to the industry, knowledge of what it takes to be successful in the industry, giving back to the community, and lifetime skills and credentials. These pictures show our students and staff in action in our career and technical education spaces at ROS. We have students in our family and consumer science spaces making food, students in our woodshop space working on projects and designing upcoming projects, and students in our automotive shop working on cars. This slide provides a look at the courses that ROS offers that students can take for college credit. These are courses that students can take on site at ROS, delivered by their ROS teachers. It does not include PSEO courses, which are available to our students outside of ROS. Advanced placement courses are offered by the College Board and are provided on site with ROS teachers. The curriculum is designed by the College Board, and students have to take a test after completing the course. Students that can get a certain score, typically a 3 out of 5, may receive college credit when they attend that school. College in the Schools is a program offered by the University of Minnesota. The curriculum is provided by the U of M and taught by ROS teachers who have received training from the U of M to teach the course. Teachers must have a master's degree in the field that they are providing in the course. If students receive a certain grade point average in that course, they can receive college credit for taking the course at the U of M. We also recently received a report from the U of M about our College in the Schools courses and found that our students earned 136 U of M credits worth almost $80,000. Our students by race were also representative of our student body overall in our CIS courses, and were much more representative than the rest of the students that register in CIS courses around the state. Concurrent enrollment courses are provided by the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities. We partner with them to provide these courses to our students, taught by our ROS teachers. They're trained by a mentor from the college, and if students pass the course with a certain grade, they can receive college credit with the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities, which can also be transferred to other colleges and universities. This slide shows the college credit-bearing courses from that last slide, but just put into enrollment graphs. The chart on the left is the 2021-2022 student enrollment by race and ethnicity for ROS overall. The chart on the right shows the 2021-22 student enrollment in college credit-bearing courses. As you can see visually from these pie charts, we have very close to equal representation for most groups. Note that white students are slightly overrepresented and Hispanic and Black students are slightly underrepresented. This slide is the same information as the previous slide, but shown as trends over the last 5 years and shared in proportions. Just like we saw in the CTE slide, a proportionate amount is considered to be 1.0. Above 1.0 means a student group is overrepresented, and below 1.0 means a student group is underrepresented. So from this data, we see that multiracial students show a decreasing overrepresentation trend that is now slightly underrepresented. White students stayed about the same from the prior year, which is slightly overrepresented. American Indian and Native American students did not have enough students to report this year. Our Black students showed an increase towards representation from the previous year. Asian students remained representative as they were in the previous year, and Hispanic students were slightly underrepresented this year. We'll take a closer look at advanced placement in these next two slides. We saw a decrease in the total number of students in AP courses from the previous school year and down almost 100 students from 5 years ago. The number of students taking AP courses has decreased, and the number of exams has increased as well. One thought on why this is happening is that we have more students that are taking an AP course and focusing on just one or two courses. Even though we decreased the number of AP students, we increased the number of students who received a 3 or higher on the AP test, and the percent of students who received a 3 or more. Note that colleges and universities typically only accept scores that are 3 or higher out of a possible 5. We've also seen research that shows taking an AP course and the AP exam increases college retention and their graduation rate. This makes it important for our students to take the AP test regardless of whether they think they can get a passing score. We encourage all of our students to take the test. As I stated on the last slide, it's important that our students not only take the AP course, but also take the AP test. This slide shows the numbers by race and ethnicity of students taking the test over a 5-year period. Most student groups have seen a decline in the test participation over the 5-year period. It also shows how in most student groups we were increasing the numbers of students of color taking the test, but we saw a drop in the 2020 testing season due to the pandemic. Most student groups remained the same, but Asian and white students saw decreases from the previous year. The next few slides show our participation and results for our ACT testing. This slide shows ACT participation over a 5-year trend. We had a more normal ACT test administration during the 21-22 school year, although we were still down students from pre-pandemic levels. This chart shows the number of students who take the ACT in the spring of the school year. However, this past year we offered the ACT 2 times, once in October for seniors and again in March for juniors. The lower numbers could be the result of many colleges and universities that have continued test optional policies, which may be leading to lowered ACT test participation in 2022. This slide provides graphs comparing our ACT composite scores for all students. The district is in blue, the state in red, and the nation in green. It's difficult to compare the 2022 and the 2021 school years to the pre-pandemic ACT administrations, as in 2021 we had significantly limited participation, and although we had more participation in 2022, it was still around 178 students lower than in 2019. Also note that we didn't test students in 2020 during the pandemic. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll have time to discuss at our upcoming meeting.